Welcome back to GN Sports. Time now for Gimme 5, sponsored by ComEd. Tonight, joining us, our good pal, Jon Greenberg from The Athletic. He's joining us. Thank you so much, sir. We always appreciate you. I got to ask you this question. What were your thoughts when you saw the report that Sox chairman Jerry Reinsdorf might have had a change of heart and to change his tune just a little bit, selling the team that he's owned since 1981?
Well, our reporter Britt Garoli from The Athletic broke the story, and she had kind of told me this was coming, or it might be coming. So I knew when she first told me, I was pretty shocked, and then she let me kind of read a version of the story before it printed. So, yeah, I'm surprised in some ways, but it's kind of like when Jerry fired Rick and Kenny, when you're like, wow, I can't believe it happened, but I mean, it really makes all the sense in the world, right? And I've talked to people since we've even published that kind of in the mix in that kind of world and said once Jerry went to Springfield and it didn't look so good for the stadium financing, they've heard some rumblings about this. I've heard that people have even been reaching out to minority investors currently with the White Sox, kind of gauging their interest in sticking around or maybe buying a bigger stake. So we've heard there's definitely some interest here. This isn't Jerry leaking this to try to get leverage. Although Dave Stewart, as the main candidate, would be a good leverage ploy for them. So it makes sense. I mean, Jerry said he always was going to sell when he passes away. He's 88 years old. He fired Kenny Williams, his closest baseball compatriot besides Tony La Russa. And like, what's really to stick around for? I think he wants to get the franchise in a better place. And maybe he's now realized that kind of handing over control of it to someone else would do that.
There's also not only the money with the stadium issue, John, but thinking to just earlier this week, the Twins ownership group, which also goes back to the 80s, announced that they plan to sell. And Minnesota was one of the franchises lumped into the Diamond Sports Group. That's a mess, and their rights went back to MLB, so they're going to get a lot less money to their TV deal. We know the issues right now with the Chicago Sports Network, not on Comcast, not on a lot of the other streamers. So that revenue is not where it was before. So maybe Jerry's looking at this like, all right, if I'm not going to get the revenue stream from the new stadium, from the new network, why not try to cash into somebody that clearly wants a franchise, maybe not in Chicago, though?
Yeah, well, you've seen and like you've seen around sports, like teams are changing hands more than ever. I mean, look at Mark Cuban selling the Mavericks. Like whoever thought that would have happened. But yeah, I think you're right, 100% right. The regional sports network and the chaos around it. If I was an owner, that might push me to sell, just because like why would you want to deal with that? Now Jerry is, basically 2/3 owner. Two of the three teams in this new Chicago sports network. So that's one reason why a lot of people think and I'm sure you guys want to talk about it would be like them moving to Nashville. And that kind of makes me think that they wouldn't, because like then what happens to his son keeping the Bulls, and then you lose the White Sox. That's kind of a big loss for that TV network. But yeah, I definitely agree that the timing seems right.
It's a weird deal. Josh and I just saying this before the show, to think about in 1981 to purchase the team for $20 million, and now Forbes has is over $2 billion. You talk about a heck of an investment, man. To me, I'd be waiting to get out right now, have my hands free so I can get some money.
Well, yeah, and a lot of those original partners, the ones that are still alive or have given it to their kids, their stakes that are still around, I mean, those people haven't gotten anything. It's not like owning the Bulls where you were getting big checks during the Jordan years. The White Sox, as far as I know, that original ownership group, I think they got checks in like 2006. And otherwise they weren't making a lot of money off this, and they're paying for their own tickets. So I think those people really want to get paid. Who knows, though, with, Britt's story says that Jerry's looking to sell his stakes, or maybe the majority. So who knows when those people are getting it. But I do know this. I will say that, his sons, Michael, who runs the Bulls, and Jonathan, no relation to me, were buying up minority stakes from people in 2021, some of those old original partners that wanted to get out, and they were doing it at a pretty low valuation from what I heard. And now, the valuation they're looking for is over $2 billion. So the Reinsdorfs bought up more stakes in 2021, so maybe that was another sign that this might happen before Jerry passes.
Yeah, and Britt Story also says that Jerry's stake in the White Sox is roughly 19% of the franchise. But you got to think
that's what we believe. But,
yeah.
but Jerry's even said that people don't know his full stake because he's bought up other people's over the years. So it's 19 plus whatever his kids have and plus whatever else we don't know about. So the Reinsdorfs will be fine. I think they'll be okay. The funny thing is the most common response I got on Twitter when I tweeted this story out was, "Okay, now sell the Bulls." Like, yeah, it's not happening, guys.
No,
they're not selling the Bulls.
No, that's the cash cow. That's not going to happen. Michael runs that, obviously, as you mentioned.